Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today I want to talk about some products that I've been very impressed with. That's my new car back there. I've been playing around with polishes and ceramic coatings and materials and applicators and all that kind of good stuff. So when I first got it, just threw on the same Glossite 5H that I had on my motorcycles, and I did the wife's new car in, and that stuff works great. Absolutely beautiful. Seriously lasts for years. It's rather expensive. You're paying almost 200 bucks a bottle. It's been out of stock for a while on Amazon, unfortunately. I don't know if they're stopping retail sales. Some of their better products are now professional only, so you have to go through a dealer. So that very well may be the case. So I didn't reapply it. I buffed it off because I wanted to do some other stuff. It was great out of the box. I mean, it's brand new. So of course it looks perfect, but things can get even better than new. So I wanted to machine polish it. And that came out absolutely beautifully. Oh man, it just popped. The metallic everywhere. I mean, not only is the shine deep and mirror-like, but man, it just twinkles in the sunlight. This is the Nissan Champagne Silver. They did a great job with it. So here's the stuff I've been trying and using, and I want to give you my feedback on. Most of it really positive. First of all, this is the new ceramic product. I'm not going to call it a coating because it's not just ceramic coating. It's a gel. It's really weird. It's kind of like aloe. Very much the consistency of aloe. It's kind of gooey and jelly. And it's real slick. When you apply it to the applicator, be careful, because when you put a few dots on, if you tip your applicator up like this, like to go to a door, it runs right off. So be careful. Just flip it up really quickly onto the surface to start spreading it, at least until it gets saturated with product. But very easy to use, even easier than the Glossite, which was very easy to begin with. You simply put a few drops on your applicator, spread it very thin until you don't see blobs or anything like that. I did a basket weave back and forth motion just to make sure it's evenly covered. You wait a little bit. Now it's very hot and humid here, so I was waiting 30 to 60 seconds and then buffing off with a microfiber towel. You may have to wait a couple minutes depending on your area or if it's really cold. And then it's just slick. And it really is slick. Let me grab a towel here. Clean towel. It is just as slick as the Glossite. Nothing sticks to it. It's slick to the touch. Really nice stuff. Now here's a buying tip. This is like 50 bucks on the Chemical Guys store, and I made the mistake of paying that. Don't. I didn't know this is carried like virtually everywhere. I saw it in AutoZone. I think I saw it in Advanced Auto. I saw it at Walmart. For significantly less, you can get this for 30 bucks. Definitely worth 30 bucks. So my level is down to here. That's how much it took to do my entire car. So you can see, and it's a mid-size SUV, certainly bigger than the Kia Seltos. So you can see how many vehicles you're gonna get out of one bottle, and it was right up to the top full. So I don't know, 6 or 7, medium-sized vehicles at least. Total steal for 30 bucks as opposed to almost 200 for the same coverage out of the Glossite. Downside, you are gonna be reapplying this, they say up to 12 months. Yeah, it depends on how often you drive it, what kind of weather you drive it in, if it's stored outside, yada, yada, yada. My stuff is always in great condition, so I usually get about what they suggest. So maybe once a year for me, big deal. I just bought myself 7 years of coverage for my car for, well, it could have been 30 bucks. It's on Amazon as well, and, lots of other places. So super easy product to apply and buff off, just wipes off. You don't have to do anything special. You can go circles, you can go back and forth. It just takes a few swipes and boom, it's there. It takes a few hours after to fully cure and get that super slickness to it, and you're done. That's all there is to it. So the next thing is this random orbital buffer. I took a chance on this. I saw very similar ones all over the place for $150 to $200. This one was $51, something like that. Anyway, there's a clickable coupon code on Amazon. It's like 10 bucks off. Figured, hey, give it a shot. If it sucks, you send it back. It doesn't suck. It is really good. Now, it's kind of personal preference, the features you want, but there are a few you absolutely need. One is a variable speed control. This has a 1 through 5 dial, or I'm sorry, 1 through 6, and 3 is where you want to be for buffing. It's absolutely perfect. It is random orbital, not just a regular orbital like a grinder, so it's safe to use, very hard to damage your paint unless you sit in one spot way too long on high. It's not going to do anything. You got a nice big 6-inch Velcro mount here. It is removable. They give you 3 different pads. This is the middle one for light polishing, and that's what I wanted to do to the new car. If you have a lot of intense scratches or swirls, there is a more aggressive foam one. And then they also give you a microfiber one for buffing if you want to machine buff, which you don't need to at all with that, or a lot of the waxes these days. This handle is adjustable. You can flip it 90 degrees forward, or it actually goes back a little bit. I found it to be perfect in that position. This is the key feature to me. It has a switch, not a trigger. I hate having to hold a trigger. These things get heavy, and when you're in an awkward position, using your finger or hand or thumb to pull a trigger gets annoying after a while. I like the switch. It's got a very smooth ramp up and down, so I always start it on the vehicle, turn it on, it slowly comes up to speed, never jumps. Works really well. Super long cord, easy to drape over in any position. There's nothing negative to say about this. It's relatively quiet, stayed cool in the hand. There was no warmth coming up anywhere on the handle. Just got warm up here by the top of the motor. Absolute steal for the price. I'll put links to all this stuff down below. Tried some different microfiber applicators. This one is the Chemical Guys brand, and it's very good. This is a relatively stiff foam, and there's no slack in the microfiber covering for it, so it feels like a solid piece of microfiber. It's super easy to use. It doesn't distort. It stays nice and flat around any surface, and you can apply pressure to it, very aggressively, and it just keeps its shape. Definitely worth the price. Now, if you need something in a pinch, this is the AutoZone brand, and it was like $3 for a 2-pack, and they work pretty well. This one is the Amazon Basics, and it's exactly the same. Now, this is a lot cheaper because this comes in like an 8-pack. But the difference between these two and the Chemical Guys brand, these are a little thinner, which isn't a big deal. But the big difference is this is a very soft foam inside, and it does distort. And you see that there's a lot of gap between the foam and the microfiber. So it's not as easy to keep it completely flat, just gliding over the surface while you're applying something. It didn't turn out to be a big deal at all with the Hydro Slick, but other products you may run into a difference. You can see that, just holding the foam, you get lots of creases and folds in the actual microfiber where you don't with this guy here. Just because it's a lot firmer foam, it's twice as firm. So definitely a really good choice here for an applicator, and I also use these for the leather. I did the UV protectant and the leather conditioner in both cars, and this worked absolutely beautifully to just completely cover all the leather in one easy swipe. This certainly would have done it also. So if you want to save money, get the Amazon Basics. If you need something right now, go to AutoZone. And by the way, AutoZone was the only chain that carried these. I checked Napa, O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto, and Walmart, and nobody had square applicators. All they had were the little round disc pads, which suck for applying product like this, especially any kind of ceramic. So I would suggest the Chemical Guys as the best, but you do have to wait for it because you have to order it, and Walmart didn't carry this. They do carry pretty much all the actual products from Chemical Guys. If it comes in a bottle, you can get it at Walmart these days. And AutoZone also had quite a few, and along with some other top brands. So there you go. If you're looking for a great polisher, you can't beat this for 50 some bucks. Absolutely can't beat it. And this, I love the results. Don't expect it to last as long as a professional, but it's a fraction of the price, and it only takes you minutes to do your whole car. That's it. See you next time.